Once again, welcome back to WAPES Asia Pacific Regional Conference. And we are now about to proceed to a special segment on the WAPES Japan Joint Project of 2025 to 2026. This is an important collaboration that reflects WAPE's commitment to shared learning and innovation.
This session, by the way, will be moderated by Ms. Minako Takasaki, Project Coordinator of WAPES. A big hand for her, please.
Thank you very much for this valuable opportunity. Let me briefly introduce myself. I am Minako Takasaki, the project coordinator of WAPES. I was seconded from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, Japan. I am honored to be here to introduce and discuss distinguished team members for two ongoing WAPES Japan joint projects. So now, let me briefly present the outline of the joint project. The Japan WAPES joint project started 2019 under the agreement between WAPES and MHLW Japan. This project aims to contribute to improving public employment services in the Asia-Pacific region through its accumulated expertise. The joint project consists of three cores. The first is a project for targeting countries. We select on target country and proceed with a customized project, such as the project in Cambodia and the Philippines. The common keywords are self-assessment and peer learning. The second core of joint project is a collaboration with WAPES other activities. And the third is promoting new WAPES membership in Asia-Pacific region. In this scheme, we invite non-WAPES member countries for this conference from Indonesia, India, Laos, and Brunei Darussalam, and Taiwan. This is a practical joint project framework of Cambodia's project. Near the Cambodia's National Employment Agency, CASE, Republic of Korea, MHLW, and INGAUS collaboratively implemented it. In this project, two self-assessment tools were newly created. One, performance assessment framework. Second, customer satisfaction survey. The PESO staff practically used them as a trial. The final summary report will be published in 2026. Ms. Ratna Keo from NIA will share the detail with you later. The second project is for DORE. With this framework, the MHLW in Japan provides financial and human resources, while WAPES provides its expertise, which is based on the concept of bench learning. Bench learning means benchmarking and mutual learning. Through the study, visit, self-assessment, and peer learning, we aim to transfer good practices, improve overall organization performance, and develop practical tools or policy recommendation papers. In the concept, we put DOLE's vital strategy to improve PESO, so-called PESO 5-point agenda, in the center of this project. This is a comparison between the PESO 5-point agenda from DOLE and measures equivalent to PESO 5-point agenda of MHLW Japan. Pink parts are practical Japanese employment measures close to the 5-point agenda. Following this chart, a peer learning study visit was implemented in Japan this summer. To implement the project, we formed a small expert group with 2 to 3 persons from Japan and Philippine officials. The nominated members from DOLE are familiar with the practical implementation of the 5-point related measures. Through a preliminary meeting and a high-level agreement, we have already had 3 online self-assessment discussions and 1 study visit in Japan. The upcoming task is to share our midterm outcome in this place. We are just working hard to reach the goal. Today, so in this joint project, so for the Philippines, 2 members are here to present. They will demonstrate briefly to share each country's good practices, and then I will facilitate a brief interaction on how to leverage the knowledge gained through this opportunity. So, this opportunity, may I invite Director Ratna Keo of the Planning Coordinator Unit of the National Employment Agency near Cambodia, Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. So thank you very much, Keo. So Director Keo will present titles WAPES Joint Project Best Practices from Cambodia to share NIA's big effort and her insights from her direct involvement in this project. Ms. Keo, I would like to hand it over to you.
Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ratna Keo, Director of Planning and Cooperation Unit at the National Employment Agency under Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. Yeah. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk about the joint project that we have achieved so far. Yeah. So today I will talk about the joint project, about the overview, and then the outcome that we achieved through our regional cooperation. Next is our way forward as the project finished, but we still have many activities to carry on. Yeah. So about the overview here, I would like to talk about the National Employment Agency. It was established in 2009, and we became the WAPES member in 2013. And our target groups are the job seekers, employer, and training providers. We try to connect them between the demand and supply side. Yeah. And the National Employment Agency, we call NEA, we operate 14 job centers across the countries to reach people nationwide. So we have 14 job centers, 7 mobile job centers, 3 job center branch at Eon Mall, and 5 career corners. Here are our delivery mechanism. And regarding the outcome of the WAPES joint project, originally we planned only for 2 years for our joint project, from, like Ms. Minako mentioned, starting from 2019 and then finish 2021. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some outreach activity cannot be implemented. So we have the opportunity to continue the second phase. So the second phase here, we start in September 2021 and August 2024. Yeah. And there are many activities under the joint project, like the study visit, the workshop, publication of the recommendation report, and we join the Exchange in World Congress, capacity building workshop, and we joined the workshop in Takamasu in Japan. Yeah. And we conducted 2 consultation workshops with relevant stakeholders. Yeah. And then we also set the key performance indicator for the performance assessment framework. So under the joint project, we have performance assessment framework that we call PAF, and then the customer satisfaction survey. So now I will talk about the PAF. Yeah. So here we have 3 pillars. The first one, to increase in the number of service users. We said our objective is to increase the number of walk-in visitors for the job center and number of the employer visits. And the last one is to increase the service user overall satisfaction. The second pillar is to increase in the number of staff and staff capacity building. So we set the number of the volunteer and to recruit the intern under this project. And we have conducted many training for them as well. And for the third one is to decrease in skill mismatch, and we measure it by the number of the job placement. So the result here for the pillar 1, to increase in the number of service users. You see that there's a number of the walk-in visitor. We count only those as the walk-in visitor. And our plan, we achieve 91%, yeah, out of our target. And then to increase the number of service users, we achieve 130%. Yeah, that's a good result for us. Next is the increase in the number of staff and staff capacity building. So under the project, we recruited 3 volunteers to work at the job center. So you see that we have 14 job centers, but under this project, we have the pilot study for only 2 job centers, one in Phnom Penh and another one in Siem Reap. And we have conducted many number of trainings like soft skill, pre-employment training, high school career guidance, counseling, and like the training on our CPAC system. Yeah. For the pillar 3, decrease in the skill mismatch, we achieved 101% here. Yeah. Regarding the customer satisfaction survey, we take like the data from 2020 to 2023, and our sample was around 2,000, and the overall result was good. Yeah, only some points about to understand the instruction and response of the official, and to handle the complicated cases that has the low percentage. But the overall is satisfied, and we range it from very dissatisfied to very satisfied. Next, our way forward. We focus on pre-employment and soft skill training, and we still continue to improve our career guidance, employment forum, job matching, and referral. And the most important things as well is about the stakeholder meeting, as we still need their feedback to improve our service every day. Yeah. So thank you for your attention. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ms. Keo. So next presentation, let me introduce my colleague, Mr. Shota Otake. So he's an officer from Employment Policy Division, Employment Security Bureau, Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, Japan. So his presentation titled Digitalization on PES in Japan. The presentation will focus on Hello Work system and occupational information site, relatively targeting young job seeker. So let's get started, Mr. Otake.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I am honored to share Japanese good practices with distinguished audiences. I am Shota Otake, one of the members of the Pure Learning in the joint project for the Philippines. Now, I'd like to briefly highlight the Japanese digitalization of public employment service. This is equivalent to the fifth point in the PESO 5-point agenda. Before getting into the main topic, let me mention the basic structure of Japan's PESO. In Japan, there are about 550 public employment service offices, so-called PESOs, nationwide. PESO has a nickname, Hello Work. From missions to its practical operations, Hello Work is managed by MHLW and 47 national branches in regions. Under this structure, we can implement a range of employment measures with consistent quality. PESO in Japan has three principal concepts. First, job placement. Second, employment insurance. And the third, employment measures, such as providing subsidies to employers and vocational training opportunities to job seekers. While all nationwide Hello Work services are implemented based on these three, the implementation of measures is comprehensively integrated by specialized digital systems, Hello Work system plus Hello Work internet service. Thanks to these systems, not only can nationwide connections among Hello Work staff, employers, and the job seekers become possible, but both employers and the job seekers can also complete their entire recruitment process online. In 2023, about 70 million monthly access to Hello Work internet service, and more than 80% of job openings were applied for through the online service. As a catchy topic, I'd like to introduce two practical digital tools to help with job finding activities. MHLW has focused on developing the occupational information website, so-called Job Tag, and the comprehensive workplace information website, Shokuba Labo, which mainly targets young job seekers and those who want to change jobs to other occupations or industries. The website Job Tag is a resource hub for career exploration, having over 26 million annual page views. In 500 occupations, the Job Tag provides plenty of information from various approaches, such as typical job duties, necessary or preferable conditions for application, such as educational background, licenses, skills, experiences, as well as working conditions, including average working hours, salary, average ages, etc. Also, users can take a free aptitude test using the multiple functions on the Job Tag from the start of job-seeking activities to after the start of working. Users can obtain information and draw images of their future career paths in one stop. Major information necessary for job-seeking activities, jobs, tasks, skills, and wages are visualized and numerical as much as possible. This integration with various information platforms also enables users to reach suitable job openings that Hellowork possesses or vocational educational training opportunities. To enhance the job matching function and deepen job seekers' knowledge about companies, MHLW also developed the workplace information site called Shokuba Labo. Shokuba Labo comprehensively covers workplace information in detail, such as the proportion of female workers, initiatives for career advancement, and the average overtime hours per month. Users can compare a couple of companies at once. As of this journey, there are about 120,000 companies on the website. Job seekers can compare numerical data of companies by industry and size. Shokuba Labo helps job seekers find information more efficiently and precisely to avoid mismatches. In 2020, the number of visitors to this site was about 2.5 million. It means that companies on the site can effectively promote their businesses, job openings, and actual working states to potential job seekers. The current challenges are how to combine this information with the typical face-to-face career counseling at PESO. This concludes the introduction of digitalization in Japanese PESO. Thank you for your attention.
So thank you so much sharing my country, Japan's good practices. And last presenter, last reactor, let me introduce Miss Lantaka, Sheila Mel Q. Lantaka. Sheila is a Senior Labor Employment Officer of the Program Management Division at the Bureau of Local Employment, BLA, Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE. She was among the delegates of the Japan WAPES joint project for the Philippines. And she joined study visit held in July in Japan. So Ms. Lantaka, Sheila Lantaka, currently oversees the Alien Employment Resolution Program, which manages the insurance of work permit to foreign nationals in the Philippines. Previously, she served in the Policy Development Division where she handles legislative matters, inter-agency coordination, and issues related to movement of natural persons. Ms. Sheila also managed the Private Employment Agency Regulation Program and was involved in the implementation of the First-Time Job Seekers Assistance Act, a law which helps new entrants to the workforce by waiving government fees for pre-employment documents. So let's begin. Sheila, I want to know your insights on the implementation of the WAPES Japan joint project for the Philippines. So I would like to ask you to focusing on PESO 5.0 agenda. Can you share your key learning from the best practices from the project? So I'd like to hand it over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Minako, and to our members, delegates, and guests for the WAPES 2025. I am glad that I will be part of the Japan WAPES program. And with this, I am excited to share with you how the Philippines has operationalized the concept of public employment service systems from policy formulation to program implementation and the use of timely and accurate labor market information, especially the Philippines strategically aligns its implementation under its 5-point PESO agenda on the public employment service. So to continuously strengthen and empower the country's public employment service office, the managers, and the job placement officers, the Philippines have designed a work that ultimately aims to improve the management and overall operations of the PESOs, specifically the PES 5-point agenda. The 5-point agenda runs parallel with the time of the Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028 and the Philippine Labor and Employment Plan 2023-2028 in order to fully realize the goal of increasing the capacity and strengthening the PESO's position as the primary conduit of those towards the effective delivery of employment services at the grassroots level. With this, may I present to you the PES 5-point agenda. One is the institutionalization efforts through our local government ordinance, strengthen the presence of PESOs at the local level across the country. Next is the comprehensive capacity development efforts, includes training programs, workshops, seminars, and mentorship opportunities to ensure that PESO personnel are updated with latest employment trends, technologies, and best practices. For the third point, strengthening the core functions means reinforcing PES officers and stakeholders of their primary responsibilities. PESO can maintain and ensure that they are providing the necessary services to both job seekers and employers effectively. Fourth, it is crucial to PESO to collaborate and build strong partnership with employers and education as well as training institutions. Strengthening this partnership can lead to several benefits, such as enhanced job matching, relevant skills training, improved labor market, and expanded employment opportunities. Lastly, but most importantly, the Philippines is prioritizing the adoption of digital technologies and tools to improve the efficiency and accessibility of services, including the improvement of our PhilJobNet portal and the Public Employment Information System database, provision of online training, and use of artificial intelligence and data analytics to analyze labor market trends, job seekers' preferences, and employer needs for better job skills matching. Let's move forward to the first agenda. By institutionalizing the pesos, the government aims to enhance the delivery of public employment services and improve coordination both to the national and local employment policies. We aim that the LGU must create a permanent office dedicated to employment services within the local government structure. And with this, it ensures that employment facilitation is a sustained government function rather than a temporary initiative. So to briefly present to you the core public services employment, we saw the growing importance of PES in the country, especially in the light of labor market disruptions in facilitating job seekers who are looking for employment with employers who need workers to fill their vacancies. With this, PES have 5 employment services, which has seen your screen: jobs assistance and placement services, labor market information, labor market programs, administering unemployment benefits, and regulatory services. For the second agenda, it is the very reason why a comprehensive capacity development is part of our agenda for our employment frontliners to have the necessary capacity to carry out their respective mandates. So with that, we have formulated and provided training modules to all the implementers, to all our public employment services implementers, Dole Regional Office, and other stakeholders involved in delivering high-quality employment services. This ensures a comprehensive and standardized approach to capacity building initiatives for national and regional implementers of the Department of Labor and Employment. For the third agenda, it focuses on strengthening the core functions of the peso, making its services more appropriate to the needs of the diverse clients. So with that, the following are mandated under Republic Act of the Peso, which provides that the peso as employment matching facility, it involves services that meet the needs of the job seekers it serves. This includes job search and placement, career development support, and labor market information for the job seekers. This would enable our job seekers to explore the appropriate assistance they need, anchoring on informed career decisions and leveraging on demands of the labor market. Also, public employment services cater to employers. It helps understanding labor market demand, implementing effective measures, and gathering information on job opportunities, building strong relationship with employers, allowing for planning interventions like job fairs, career fairs, training programs, in enhancing job seekers' employability and improving job skills matching. Herein, we featured services such as human resource planning, recruitment assistance, and labor market information. For the next agenda, we have the strengthening of partnership among government employers and educational institutions. With this, to carry out the delivery of PESO services, there is a growing need for PESO to connect with other stakeholders for targeted program delivery. So under the Republic Act 10691, or a job placement office, this refers to an employment service unit established within educational institutions to assist students and graduates in finding opportunities. Through the help of these offices, it bridges between the academic sectors and labor market, ensuring that graduates have access to career guidance, job matching, and labor market information. They also help facilitate internships, apprenticeships, and industry linkages to students with skills labor market demands. Moving forward, and the last agenda is the digitalization of public employment service. For this part, the department anchor on the country's development plans. The Public Employment Service Office Digitalization Roadmap is an initiative of the Department of Labor and Employment to modernize employment facilitation services in the Philippines and strengthen PESOS as a central hub for job matching, career development, and labor market dissemination. To address the challenges such as limited technology access, disparities in internet connectivity, and digital literacy gaps, the roadmap outlines a phased digitalized strategy that includes modernizing digital infrastructure, improving internet access, integrated AI-driven job matching, expanding online job search platforms, and enhancing cybersecurity and protection data. And that is all, ladies and gentlemen, the 5-point PESO agenda of the Philippines. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, three speakers. And so we are just about out of time. So let me ask two persons. Ask very quick question. So Ms. Ratana, so I realize. So you are center of person to implement joint project. Trial assessment. So you made big effort to realize this joint project based trial assessment. So my question is, what key lessons or technical support does Cambodia hope to gain from this collaboration, particularly in strengthening the institutional capacity of employment services and integrating labor market data for policy and program development?
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Minako, for your question. So first of all, thanks for the WAPES joint project that Cambodia has the opportunity to implement many activities to improve our service, including to conduct the performance assessment framework, customer satisfaction survey. And regarding the key lesson learned here, we appreciate the ring-shoulder meeting. Yeah. So for NEA, we conduct ring-shoulder meeting for our staff. It's like the refresh training. So once our staff they are strong enough, they can provide better service. So we do care about this point. And another thing is the study visit. We learn a lot from other countries, so we can adapt it to our context. So it's a part of our service improvement as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's beneficial, information and beneficial advice, for our Japanese joint project to consider, later in future. So Sheila, may I ask a very quick question? How does the Philippines envision leveraging its network of public employment service offices to pilot or scale key component of the WAPES Japan joint project? And what specific areas of collaboration, such as the digital tool, labor market intelligence, or green jobs, could be prioritized to enhance regional synergy and shared outcomes?
Oh, thank you very much, Ms. Minako. Being part of the Japan Joint Program Project is both a privilege and an opportunity for the three delegates, me, myself, and the other two delegates from the Philippines. So learning from the Hello Work, Japan's Hello Work, is a very exciting and happy experience. So we learned that, of course, the Hello Work is the centralized, coordinated employment services of Japan, and that we observe that it really caters into a diverse clients and different sectors, particularly the youth, persons with disabilities, and especially highlighting the Mothers Hello Work. So with these through different channels, it becomes a platform where the job seekers and the employers meet to have this job skills matching. So it is kind of a strategy that we want to replicate here in the Philippines. And also, we also observe how you highlighted the introduction and the innovation with regard to your digitalization effort in your PES, the Hello Work, wherein you provide AI-driven solutions such as using chatbots and virtual concierge in facilitating those employment services. So we are really happy that we have this kind of opportunity, and hopefully we could replicate it here in the department, particularly in the Philippines. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, joint project for the Philippines. So next step is create final report, recommendation report. So we need to focus on so what you share now, and we stay focused on final report with a lot of discussions later. And so finally, so I hope outcome of joint project will contribute to each country's references as a good practice and give synergy to expand capacity of employment measures and PESO staff ability. So that's conclude this session. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you to our moderators and our panelists, reactors, for highlighting how this joint project advances capacity building and cooperation across the borders.
And at this point, we proceed to the awarding of our plaque of appreciation and token. To award the following, may we call on Yusek Egargo Jr., Yusek Carmela Torres, WAPES Secretariat Amandine Moynard, and Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma on center stage, please. Allow me to read the citation. WAPES and Department of Labor and Employment plaque of appreciation is presented to Sheila Merlantaka, Senior Labor and Employment Officer, Bureau of Local Employment, in deep gratitude for your invaluable contribution as a reactor at the WAPES Asia Pacific Regional Congress with the theme, The Future of Work, Inclusive Public Employment Services, Adapting to the Demographic Realities in the Asia Pacific on November 6 to 7, 2025. Your thoughtful insight and meaningful engagement have enriched discussions and contributed greatly to the success of the conference. Your dedication and commitment are deeply appreciated. Given this 6th day of November 2025 at Clark Freeport Zone, Pampanga, Philippines, signed Secretary of DOLE, or Department of Labor and Employment, Bienvenido y Laguesma.
We would like to also present the same plaque of appreciation to one of our actors, Shota Otake, the Officer of Employment Policy Division and Employment Security Bureau of Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. In deep gratitude for your invaluable contribution as a reactor at the WAPES Asia Pacific Regional Congress on November 6 to 7, 2025.